graveyard, regardless of how powerful it is. So now I'm gonna summon this! Armed Dragon level 7! Like say my Armed Dragon level 10!
You might see it. Yeah, never say die. Got to go.
Hello everybody, it's time to talk about my favorite character from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and he just becomes more of my favorite character in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 2, because in Season 2 he gains some very interesting cards and has a really interesting deck. So let's go ahead and talk about Chazz from Season 2. Looking at his cards, he's going to have a very interesting deck with his boss monster, the Armed Dragon level 10. Or, he still has his XYZ Dragon stuff and VW from the first season. He has Ojama King. Technically, Jaden had Ojama Knight, but we're just going to give it to Chazz because it was still technically Season 2, so that's fine. He has better cards for his Ojama stuff, like Ojamagic, Ojamadala, which is a very nice card to have. He's got Ojama Trio, which is a super effective card when you can pull off Ojama Knight or Ojama King. Overall, when it comes to Chazz's deck, it's going to be a very interesting one to look at. So, let's start looking at it by going into Chazz's stats. Looking at the right of the screen, the Chazz's stats are going to pop up, and looking at them, he's a very easy character to understand. This man loves his attack, this man loves his speed, and this man loves his defense. He has a good balance of all of that. He has a little bit of skill, but lacks his luck. So let's start off with the attack stat. When it comes to his attack stat, he actually does have some good 4-star beater monsters, like the X-Head Cannon. He has some good, easy to summon 5-star monsters like Armed Dragon level 5. He has Armed Dragon level 7. He has Armed Dragon level 10. And thanks to some bullshit because of White Veil, because he lost that to Sartorius in Season 2, he's getting Armed Dragon level 10 White, which wasn't made till like way later, but who cares? He used it in the show, therefore he gets it here. And no, it's probably not the same effect or whatever, but you know what? It's gonna be awesome. He gets himself an Armed Dragon level 10 White, which is just what he had, Armed Dragon level 10 buff with White Veil in the show. Chazz is going to be pretty fun this season. Overall, looking at his attack stat, he has plenty of good beater monsters to help. Hell, even V-Tiger Jet 16 is doable. Easy to summon Armed Dragon level 5 is really great. It's kind of the reason it's not really high up is because of the freaking Ojamas. His VW really helped, XYZ really helped, that these two cards gave him a good buff to it, even though they're hard to summon. He does have some union support like Frontline Base. He has some stall like Stray Lambs, and it's just an interesting strategy for him. But moving on to his speed stat, when it comes to speed, he has union monsters, which are like fusion monsters because they count as speed. Oh, he has fusion monsters, which count as speed because they're special summons. Union monsters count as special summons. He has Mass Dragon. Mass Dragon counts as special summons for his Armed Dragons. He has Armed Dragon level 3's effect to go to Armed Dragon level 5. That counts as a special summon. Armed Dragon level 5 to go to level 7. That counts as a special summon. Armed Dragon level 7 to level 10. That counts as a special summon. Level 10 White's effect. That counts as a super special summon. He's got level modulation, that counts as a special summon. Magical Mallet, that lets you search your deck, that's a special, that helps, that's search. Ojamagic lets you search your deck, that's search. Ojamadala lets you special summon the graveyard, that's special summons. Stray Lambs for stall, and special summon, very nice. Silent Doom for special summons, very nice. Frontline Base for special summons, very nice. This is why Chazz is one of the fastest characters in this tournament. Ojama Trio is technically special summons, but it actually falls under the skill stat due to stall and burn. But his skill stat doesn't get highly affected by it. White Veil technically is not really going to apply to that, but it does get a search potential from Armed Dragon level 10, therefore it goes to the speed stat for that reason. Overall, he's got a pretty interesting deck in those terms. It's a pretty high attack, pretty high speed deck. When it comes to skill, he has some stall burn with Ojama Trio. He has some stall with Ojama King, Ojama Knight. But they're extremely hard to pull off, therefore he does not get many points for it. He has some other stall. You could Stray Lambs, you could Silent Doom. You know, he has some stall here. Overall, not the best deck when it comes to that. In fact, a lot of these cards don't require too many specific things. Like, he has Enchanting Fitting Room, but it only works with the Ojamas, so it's a very bad card in his deck. But if it works, it works. I mean, you gotta take the free cards when you can have them. It's just very unlikely that you'll get them. Moving into his defense stat, he actually has pretty decent defense. V-Tiger Jet, X-Head Cannon, they're just the reverses, but V-Tiger Jet's a little better. because it has 60 instead of 15. But 1800 defense is really nice. The Ojamas, they're not going to bring him down as much because they actually do have defense. The Armed Dragons do bring him down. They have bad defense. White Dragon, not too bad, so it's good. Wing Catapult, not too bad, so it's fine. Overall, his defense stat is actually pretty damn solid. I would say just a little below. I mean, Ojama King helps and Ojama Knight helps, but again, they're not that easy to summon, so they don't get that many points for that. Overall, defense stat, pretty nice on my Chazz boy. I freaking love Chazz, guys. He shows up in the show being a total dick because he has a bad family and he's trying to show off because he has so much to live up to and he's got so much expectations put on his shoulder. And then you realize he's just a goofball. He wants to be he pretends to be a detective. He's just a kid. You know, he just went through a lot of crap. And he's so cool because he goes freaking to a whole nother island, becomes the leader of that island by using a deck made out of scrap.
I was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
And it's just so cool. It's so cool. He's such a cool character. And in Season 2, do you know what his opening duel is? He finds a kid that's just like him, how he used to be in Season 1, and beats the shit out of him. And then duels him to submission. It's the coolest thing ever. Overall, though, Chazz Princeton does get some bad moments in Season 2 because he does lose to Sartorius, and Sartorius puts him in his control and gives him Society of Light powers, which is where Armed Dragon level 10 White comes from, so he should be thanking him for that, and it's where White Veil comes from, so he should be thanking him for that. Those are some very nice cards to get. Overall, though, Chazz Princeton, a very, very good duelist, very interesting. No luck stat based on this one. I mean, technically, Enchanting Fitting Room gives him that little, like, if you zoom in, there's like a little bump. But overall, the luck stat is not the best. Yeah, excavating cards can sometimes count as luck stat, which is what Enchanting Fitting Room is. It also counts as special summon, though, so it also goes to the speed stat. But overall, when it comes to Chazz Princeton, this deck of his is nowhere near as bricky as his last one. Season 1, he had a really rough deck. Season 2, it's actually not as bad. Sure, he does still have the Armed Dragons that can be bricky. Ojamas, they're not technically bricks, but they suck. He does have Ojama Delta Hurricane, Ojamagic, Ojamadala. These cards can be considered bricks. Frontline can be considered a brick. White Veil can be considered... not really. They can equip to anything. Never mind. Level Modulation, not too bricky actually, but kind of. Silent Doom definitely can be considered a brick card, even though it's not technically. In this kind of a deck, it can be considered a brick card. So he does have some brick potential here, which is why it's not perfect, but it's not bad. If you look at the gray zones in the circle for our stats, the first gray means really bad. The second gray means bad. The third gray, which is what he's on right now on his brick stat, means average. He's got an average stat. There's nothing wrong with that. The fourth gray zone means above average, and if they touch the very tip where it shows the freaking attack, break, speed, it shows the letters where they show what stat it is, that means they have a maxed out stat, which is really, really good. Chazz Princeton has an average brick stat, which is completely fine. You can get by with this deck. He's got a great attack stat, a great speed stat. His skill is not worth... He's not going to win any duels by skill, but they might apply in the duel. They might help him get a victory, but they're not going to be the reason he won. And the defense stat, he actually does have some, pretty good defense in this deck. So Chazz Princeton, overall, I think he's going to be a very fun duelist to watch in the Season 2 GX Dynasty Series tournament. And I hope that one of you guys play him really well, because he is my favorite character, so do not screw him over. Don't you dare screw him over, okay? I know his deck's not going to be the easiest to use, but don't you dare. And honestly, because his deck has so many more options this time around, I can say that he does have the potential to win the tournament. It's not a great potential. Honestly, I'm going to have to mark him down for some of these cards, but some of his other cards like Armed Dragon level 10, Armed Dragon level 10 White, Armed Dragon level 5, the easiness to summon it, there are some pretty effective cards in this deck. Therefore, Chazz Princeton earns himself an easy 2.5 stars. I would give him more, but honestly, his skill's not too good, and his brick is just on the cusp of average, so it's not what he needs. It's not what he needs. It's still a deck that can win the tournament, but will have a hard time doing so. So, that's it for my favorite character, Chazz Princeton. I was very happy to talk about him. I hope you guys are interested in using his deck, because it does look like a lot of fun to play as. Remember, if you want to play this, you're going to need to download Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega on your phone or on your computer, whatever you have. And you need to follow me on Discord, which will be in the Discord chat below. The link will be in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to make it to 15k subs, but I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I hope you're excited for tomorrow's character reveal. See you all then.